Welcome home, family and fellow citizens of the African Order. I'm here with another video, and the topic of this discussion will be you can't see the forest for the trees. This analogy comes from being singularly focused on a small aspect of a broader image that a lot of people fail to see. When you focus on a tree and can't notice the forest right in front of you because all you can focus on is a tree, you missing all the wonders and possibilities that it may exist right there in front of you, and you missing it because you so focused on this tree. I did a video post the other day. It's talking about LeBron James, how he had became the number four or whatever most charitable athlete. He was sending 1,100 kids to college, and I got some flack about that. And it's sad that black people, we are the most short sighted people on the planet. We the most content people on the planet. But we have the least out of everybody. You so happy and satisfied that LeBron James sent 1,100 kids to college. But when I say he just sent 1,100 kids to become slaves, you can't see that. You don't understand that. Why? Because you so focused on the tree and you can't even see the forest right in front of you. You name me one black person that went to college, got a degree, a master's degree or whatever, and took that knowledge back to the hood to change his community. Just name me one person that did it. Not two, not three, not four, just one. There isn't any. And you know why? Because when you come out of college with a degree, all you are is a signed and sealed slave. Years ago, when Kwame Kilpatrick was mayor of the city of Detroit, he was an up and coming politician. He had I think a teacher's degree or a lawyer degree, whatever it was, but he had aspirations of becoming governor and possibly president of the United States because they could put nobody against him politically just to stop him. They trumped up some charges and threw him in jail. He ended up pushing a police officer. So, out of all the charges they made stick, they called that just push a felony assault on a police officer, which means you cannot be a politician with a felony on your record. But that goes just, I don't understand how you can commit felonies once you become a president. But that's the topic for another discussion. They did that to get this guy out of politics. Then the degree that he had, they stripped him of it, charged him with all this money he supposedly stole from the city. So now he got no ability to pay back this debt. They destroyed this man. And this is what happens when you go to college just to get a degree. Now, I had stated that LeBron would have been better served had he sent those 1,100 kids to trade school first, give them a skill, because see, they can take a degree from you, but they can't take a skill. Um, and like I said, and I caught flack behind this. When you give 1,100, if you had the capability of giving 1,100 kids education, and you got the choice between sending them to trade school or sending them to college, if you had any forethought, you would send them to trade school. You got 1,100 kids that you sending to college all around the same time. Just imagine the businesses that they can create for themselves, the jobs they can create for themselves with this skill. When you got a degree, you commit a crime, you do anything positive that whitey don't like, they'll take it from you. When Martin Luther King was being funded back in the 60s, they was wondering, where's this Negro getting all this money from? It was because from the skilled labor that blacks had. And then they turned around after that, after they killed Martin Luther King, so that blacks would have problems funding other Martin Luther Kings. They started pulling out all these trade schools that you could learn while you was in high school. Because see, why do you know? Give a Negro a degree, you can control them. Give them a degree, give them a trade, then you can't control a person with a trade. You put 1,100 kids in trade school, how many of them are going to be plumbers? How many of them going to be electricians? How many of them going to be carpenters? How many of them going to be brick masons, steel merchants? How you can build a civilization just from those 1,100 people. But instead, you send them to college to get a degree. Name me one Negro that ever went to college, came back to the hood, and changed his community. Took the education that they gave him and came back and changed the condition that black people live up under. Just name me one. Not two, not three, not four, just one. You don't even got to look because there is a none. If you got a degree in, let's say, psychology, they'll tell you right off rip, you can't treat nobody in your friends or family list if you even think that they're related to you. And you treat them and they find out, they'll take your degree. So the 200 some $1,000 you paid for this education, you can't even treat your own loved ones. If your mother was diagnosed with a mental defect, you can't even treat her. But if you have a skill and your furnace or your AC or whatever it is break down in the middle of the night, you got a son or a daughter that was gifted a trade, either they can fix it or they know somebody that can. That brings unity. That brings togetherness. That changes the condition that black people live up under. I had a AC problem a few years ago. This white boy come to my house and wanted to charge me $400 to fix my AC. And he was like, "This your problem right here." He said, "You got to take this unit apart and get another piece." I say, "Well, that look like two pieces in one." I say, "Can you no, 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 no. This is all one piece." And I'm sitting here looking at the screws hold the two pieces together. And I say, this white boy think I'm stupid. Now I may not know how to fix an air conditioning unit, but I can tell these are two individual pieces. So at this time, I was talking to my rotten to the core brother who fixed ACs, and I called him up. I told him to come over. He came through. He told me he didn't have to tell me that there was two pieces. I already knew it was two pieces. I said, "How much does that piece cost to replace?" He told me about $30. I go down to the plumbing supply store. A friend of mine worked there. Give me the part, $25. I paid for that part. When I put that piece back on my unit, Like I said, this was like 4 years ago. I haven't had a problem with my AC since. This white boy was going to charge me $400 to replace that piece. Had I didn't have nobody that I knew that knew about ACs, I'd have been robbed. If we have the ability to take our kids to school to learn how to be leaders as opposed to sending them to college to learn how to be led, why are we choosing the lesser of the two? What's wrong with being leaders? Every time you turn around, you see some athlete, some musician, some artist, some black celebrity, whatever, teaming up with somebody to do this, teaming up with somebody to do that. Jamie Foxx teaming up with some guy to make sunglasses. Michael Jordan teaming up with Nike to make Air Jordans. You know, Jay-Z teaming up with whoever to do this. Nobody ever builds their own businesses and industries. There's a power, an authority, a respect that you get from ownership. And these Negroes keep settling for being the side piece. That's and the thing and what's sad is people attacking me for not jumping for joy that LeBron James just sent 1,100 black boys and girls to college to be slaves. They're attacking me. They're gonna take whatever degree they come out of college with. They're gonna be useless in the community. They're gonna come out of here looking for somebody to hire them, as opposed to getting a trade where they can create their own jobs. Do you know how many people that got degrees in college now that can't even get a job in their field? They working at Walmart, bartending, cleaning tables, washing dishes because they can't get a job in their field. Name me one person that come out of a trade school and just can't get a job in this field of expertise. Is that even possible? Can you get a job as an ACU, a repairman, and not find a job, or not be able to create a job, or not be able to make any money? Can you get a job as an electrician and can't find no side hustle? I'm a truck driver. I can't make no money unless I'm driving 500, 600, 700 miles a day. Don't you think I wish I had went to trade school and I could make a couple of $100 just by fixing some units right here in my neighborhood? We have got to change our vision, our thought process. We do that, then we can change how people look at us. You know, there's an African proverb. If you want to go um, fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. This is the stock that we come from. We so focused on being fast and leaving everybody else behind, we don't think about going just a little bit slower and bringing everybody else along with us. Because we've accepted this European mindset, this European concept, and the European limitations of what success is. And it's killing our people. It's killing us slowly, and we don't even see it. I'm going to end this video here. And if you like this message, please share it. And if you like this content, consider subscribing to this channel. And with this video, as with all my videos, it is for the complete liberation of my people. And I'll see you in my next message. Ashe.